Hello and welcome back to another episode of Insufferable with me, your host, Lindsay Howe, and this is episode 36. We're moving right along. I will be 36 years old this year. Kind of tragic, kind of not. It's giving middle-aged, but you know what? We are out here living. We're doing our best, and we're happy to be alive, okay? How is everyone doing? How am I doing, you ask? Horribly. I'm not gonna lie. I need to be saved from the doom scroll, okay? It's an addiction that has taken over my life over the course of the last couple of days, okay? I've been doom scrolling for, as long as I can remember. But lately, dude, it's been so bad. And the content is the worst it's ever been. Okay? Back in the day, it used to be nice to see a little day in the life, watching somebody create something, doing a little time lapse of a painting that they're working on, even a DIY situation. But the feed is so completely infiltrated by AI, and I fear the people who are writing prompts for this shit are the worst fucking people you've ever met in your life. Oh my God, get me away. Get me away. Why am I still looking at it? Like, okay, my algorithm has been infiltrated by this specific type of content that's pissing me off, okay? It's this fucking AI slop where it's like, it's so fucking hard to describe too. It is an object or let's just say it's an ear, okay? Let's say it's a body part, it's an ear. An actual ear. Okay, but it has been made into, it has eyes and arms and a mouth, and this is like a VeggieTales style content where the ear is telling you what it does, like what its function is, and stuff you shouldn't do to it. So it's like, and the object's always super angry too. So it'll be like, I'm the ear. And if you put Q-tips in me, I'll get jammed up with wax. And it's like yelling at you to like, don't put Q-tips in your ear. But it's like in ear. And AI, obviously. Okay? And as I was fucking about to film this, I was on my fucking phone. Like I always am, which I need to not be. And it was it was a personification of endometriosis, which was like a flesh, like muscular structure, like in, endometriosis is in the uterus, I believe. Okay. Which is a, horrible, condition to have. And it's literally like a fleshy chunk of uterus, and they made her evil. She's got pointy teeth, and she's like, I'm endometriosis, and if you have me, then oh my God, dude, I can't even fucking put it into words. It's so hard to describe. But a couple of days ago, I saw something so fucking heinous in this style of content where I had seen a couple of things where it was like, I'm clove, and it's literally like clove, like the fucking herb, and it's like, if you're having tooth pain, use me to alleviate some of the inflammation in your mouth or whatever. It's kind of giving you like tips and tricks on how to like use clove to girl. Oh my God, my brain is so fucking wrecked right now because of this content. It's fucking me up. I really need to get off the phone. I need to go on a fucking retreat or some shit, girl. It is bad. It is bad. And it didn't used to be like this. It did, the scroll did not make me used to feel like this. When I was scrolling, like the stuff I was talking about earlier, you know, people crafting, you know what I mean? But now it's just like the most heinous real life news, shit that's actually happening that's so fucking heinous. And AI fucking slop, which is visually disturbing. Okay, let me just tell you one more thing about this fucking AI slop shit that keeps coming up on my feed. There was one that was the testicles, okay? It was a realistic sack, okay? It's a ball sack. There's hair, it's saggy, it's wrinkly. It's like a full-blown realistic depiction of a ball sack, okay? Testicles. And it has eyes and a mouth. It's you know, made into a human-like thing, and it's telling you some Veggie Tales style shit about testicles. And I don't even remember what the facts were, but I scrolled to this and I'll never be able to unsee it. I'll never be able to unsee it. And I'm like, how is this even on here? How are they letting this be on here? One time I tried to post a fucking video of me at the fair and I had like a tube top on, and I tried to post like a funny picture of me like just being in the sun, like in the heat of the fair, and it kept deleting my fucking video because it was like, you can't put nudity on here. I'm like, I'm not nude. I'm fully clothed. I had a tube top on. Okay, sure. My arms were in the nude. Okay. I had shorts on and I had cowboy boots on and a hat. I was not in the nude, but the algorithm swore that I was naked in this video and I was trying to post it. How the fuck am I not able to post a picture of me in a tube top or a video of me in a tube top, but there's a full-on ball sack teaching me about testosterone levels? What the fuck is going on? It makes me feel sick to my stomach. And I'm still there fucking scrolling. What am I even doing with my life, dude? I need a retreat. I need a retreat. I need to remove myself from the internet. I think there's plenty other sources I can get news from, like if something serious is happening or whatever, you know, like, you just need to talk to your neighbors, okay? Somebody's going to know something, I guess. But the whole act of the excuse of trying to stay up to date on what's going on, what we need to avoid, what we need to prep for, like doomsday prep, because, you know, fucking masked assholes are fucking kidnapping people on the streets type shit. I fear there are other places you can get that news, and it doesn't have to be TikTok or Instagram. It really doesn't. And this AI stuff is making me feel weird, dude. I can't even unsee it. That endometriosis, I barely just saw that 5 minutes ago before I started filming today. It was crazy. It was so fucking crazy. And I need to go on a retreat, girl. I need to go back to the Nokia days. This is not good for anyone's mental health. I think we all need to step away. And yeah, it's bad. And I love posting on Instagram, like Instagram stories. I love posting pictures of my cats and my dog and like cute little selfies and stuff. I fear that's not what the platform is anymore. I fear it has completely been infiltrated by the worst AI slop you've ever seen. And you know what really fucking got me? When the AI first started going off, when Sora first started going off on social media, when the whole Jake Paul thing went off, when there was videos of him coming out as gay or whatever on fucking, and it was all just to fucking promote Sora basically, which is just like AI bullshit or whatever. There was a lot of videos coming out of like body cam footage of arrests. Okay? And it was like actual human cops arresting like a cat. And the cat is like resisting. And I'm like, why the fuck What? I don't want to see a cat getting in trouble. I know this isn't real, obviously, but why are you making cats look bad like this? Like, what the fucking hell? What the fucking hell, dude? And when people are sending you funny memes and stuff, and you look at it and you're like, dude, this is AI. Why did you send this to me? You don't think this is real, do you? Do you not think this is real? Because it is not. And and it fucking bums me out. It bums me out, dude. It's really, god damn, dude. You just can't enjoy anything on social media anymore. It's over for us. It's over for social media. I'll say that. It's over for social media. I'm going to advocate for a nice little group chat within the iMessage of your phone. How about that? How about a nice group chat with your friends where you can send each other pictures and stuff? Because Instagram, oh my God. And it sucks you in too. Like, you can't stop scrolling. And I got pretty good willpower, I will say. But the thing is I am inherently lazy. I am a laze. I do like to hang around. And when you be hanging around, you be scrolling, okay? Before, it was kind of harmless. And I could stop whenever. But now, it's like controlling my life. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I can't do it anymore. I'm taking a break. I am retiring from the scroll of it all. Okay? There's nothing new to learn on there. There's no quality content anymore. I'm reverting back to YouTube days, and I'll be watching vlogs and stuff. Like, if I really need, like, human content where I'm like, I just want to see a day in a life type shit, go to fucking YouTube and find somebody who vlogs. Like, the connection is, it's fleeting. Connection is fleeting because the stuff we're looking at is not even fucking real, dude. Shit pisses me off, dude. It pisses me off. So anyway, that's what I was just, that's what, 333. That's what I was just going through, right before I started filming this. But one thing I will say about, about Instagram is there are some pages on Instagram doing the Lord's work. And by the Lord's work, I mean, there are full-blown pages, like Instagram accounts, that are strictly posting the same exact video every single day. And that video is usually a iconic, like, Vine moment that people are always looking for, and they always need to pull it up to show somebody. Okay, do you guys know the pack, the alpha, like, white trash people who are like part of a pack or whatever? Oh my God. See, everything that you see on Instagram is so hard to fucking describe. And some of it is funny, and some of it you want to share. Like, I always share those fucking alpha pack fucking videos with my brother because we fucking laugh at them. Because it's giving, like, Monster Energy drink, like, living in a fucking trailer park, like, inbred type fucking, like, people who are posting online. I mean, this shit is funny. It's funny, dude. And I do want to see it, and I do want to send it to my brother. But sometimes it's hard to find, if you didn't save it, save on your, favorites or whatever on the fucking thing. I mean, you do not want to see actually, my favorites folder is pretty good. It's mostly rats and different rodents, doing cute things, or drawings of rats and rodents doing cute things. That's why I'm really into, burrowcore right now. Okay. Cottagecore led me right into burrowcore. Okay. I am burrowcore. I really am. And I got this little apartment here, and I do feel a little burrowy here, but burrowcore is basically like, if you can envision, like, a little rodent creature, let's say a mouse or, a shrew or something like that. And this is whimsical, by the way. Think of this in whimsy terms, okay? And there's a little hole in a tree, and you go into the tree and there's a little home in there. They've burrowed and made a little home inside the tree. Okay, you go in there and there's a little bed and there's a little fireplace and there's a cute little shrew, and she has a little apron on and she's making a pie and she's making tea, and her other little shrew friends are sitting around the table and maybe they're all knitting or something. That's the scene. That's the scenery. That's what we're going for here. Okay, that is Burrowcore, and that is how I want to live my life. I posted a meme yesterday that was like, it's like a little drawing of like a frog or something. And it's called puttering. And it's the definition of puttering, basically. It was like doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that with no rush, no responsibility, no obligation, and just puttering around. Tell me that doesn't sound like the most glorious fucking way to live your life. Tell me that doesn't sound so good, dude. Living in a burrow community with your other little rodent type friends, hosting cute little cottage parties where you're like just making pastries and tea with your girls. And man, dude, let's fucking get down to the basics here. Let's fucking really think about what kind of fun stuff we want to do. In 2009, I wanted to be at the club, right? Because who was my, biggest inspiration? Who was I watching on TV every single week? The cast of Jersey Shore, okay? They shaped my youth, my young adult youth, okay? Fist bump, gym tan laundry. It was a way of life. It was a way of life in the day. And that's kind of how we wanted to live. We wanted to be out. We wanted to be out at the club and like drinking, going to the beach, drinking there, going out to a restaurant, drinking there, making sure we know every place in the city that has 2-for-1 drinks. So when we drink, we can make it count on a low budget because we didn't have any money. I was just talking to my friends when we were at Disneyland for Sarah's birthday, which was amazing, by the way. And we were talking about how we all had like kind of a job. I mean, I worked at the kiosk in the mall at Hickory Farm Sausage and Cheese. I made about $8.75 an hour doing that, and I probably worked about 20 hours a week, maybe. Sarah she didn't have a job for a long time, but then she started working at the Limited in the mall. At that point, I had transitioned into working at, well, actually, I don't know. I did work at Forever 21 in the mall as well. After I stopped working at Hickory Farm Sausage and Cheese, which was a tragic job for me, I started working at Forever 21 at the mall. Sarah was working at the Limited in the mall. Both stores which have been closed at this point. It's really sad when everybody's closing down. Forever 21, I knew she wasn't forever. I knew she wasn't forever, dude. If the sales section is bigger than the, new releases in the entire store, a 4-quadrant store, then it's not going to last. It's not going to be, a timeless business. It's just not, sadly. So, but yeah, we all worked really fucking low hours with low pay. This was in 2009, 2010. I believe the federal minimum wage at that point was like I think it was like no more than $9 an hour. I'm actually going to look it up because I am curious. Minimum wage 2009 California. In 2009, California's minimum wage was $8 per hour. And the federal minimum wage was $7.25. So yeah, $8 an hour is what I was getting to work at Hickory Farm Sausage and Cheese and Forever 21. But somehow we always had weed. Back in the day, we were all pretty much stoners. We all smoked a lot of weed, and we always had weed. There was never a time we didn't have weed. And Sarah was like, yeah, we got weed from men a lot. Older men, usually, would give us weed all the time. And for a long time, I didn't pay for weed for like years. People would just give it to me. Men would just give it to me. Okay? Or they would smoke you out or whatever. But yeah, being broke as hell in those days and still having an eighth of weed at any given time was crazy. And we were going through an eighth a day easily. Dude, we were doing gravity bongs. That was the most efficient way to smoke. Do you guys remember gravity bongs? Basically, it was, you would take a 2-liter soda pop bottle, okay, cut the bottom off, submerge it in a bucket of water, okay, up until the top. You leave the top mouth spout out, okay? Then you would do some MacGyver shit where you took like some fucking like nut or bolt or something. If you had a bolt piece, that would be ideal. You'd put it in the top screw on part of the bottle, okay? And you'd put your bowl in there. You put your weed in there and then screw it on, okay? As you lit the weed, you'd pull the bottle up and gravity would pull all the smoke into the 2-liter, okay? Before the 2-liter came out of the water, it's still submerged on the bottom, okay? Gravity, it's a whole science thing, okay? It's like physics. You would screw the top off, put your mouth over it, and go and suck in all of that smoke that just, that you just gravitied inside, okay? So that was a fucking 2-liter, hit of weed straight to the dome. And we used to have these things called 3GB mornings, which was you would go out the night before wherever we were going, to the bar or to the club or whatever. We didn't really go to a lot of clubs. We went to more bars, but we would go out, we get hella messed up, all this crazy shit would happen. I don't know how we survived most of these nights, but that's just how it goes. And then we'd wake up in the morning, probably at like 11, and we'd sit there on the floor in the middle of one of our bedrooms with our comforters like this, and we're like, our makeup's all the way. Bitches were not washing their face before bed in 2009, let me tell you that. Skincare was not a thing, okay? We were lucky if we had some fucking baby wipes to scrape our skin around our eyes to get the fucking makeup off, just so that we could reapply it 5 minutes later. We were not doing this before bed. But anyway, we'd be there with our crusty eyeliner. Shit was all over the place. We'd have it was giving hungover. And then we would sit there on the floor and do 3 gravity bong hits a piece and talk about the night before. Piece it together is more so what we would do in a 3GB morning. So, am I proud of any of this? No. Was it fun? Yeah, it surely was. I loved being a stoner. It made me feel a little bit wild without having to do a bunch of blow with the other people I was hanging out with, dude. Everybody I was hanging out with was doing mad blow, dude. They was really getting messed up on cocaine. So, in the grand scheme of things, I was pretty mellow. It was pretty chill. I didn't do anything that crazy. I mean, I did drink a lot, and a lot of crazy shit happened, which I'm sure I'll say, tell some stories on the pod at some point. But yeah, those are not proud moments for me. And I'm glad I got out of it alive. That's always nice, to survive. So. But yeah, we always had weed, even though we worked shitty ass jobs. And you know what? Working at Forever 21 was the shittiest job I think I've ever had. Like, they were so mean there. Like, they were really mean girls. And if you were a manager at fucking Forever 21, you really fucking thought you were like Lisa Vanderpump. You thought you were that bitch, dude. You really the head. Oh my God, dude, these bitches really fucking thought that they were I can't even, I literally can't even tell you how fucking crazy these girls were who were managers at the Forever 21 and how they fucking treated us. But here's what really fucking pissed me off about Forever 21. I worked there when I was in college, right? So I typically worked a night shift unless it was on the weekend, and then I would do like 11 to 4 or whatever. But usually I would be working like Monday through Thursday, and I would work the night shift. And the location in which I worked at, we didn't close until 10 p.m. Even though the mall closed at 9, we closed at 10. So, which was crazy. I was always like, why are we fucking open so late, dude? Forever 21, people are really they really did come there late. They really did. But after it was closed, they turned off like the overhead music and most of the overhead lights. Okay. The fluorescent lighting in there was fucking insane. And it literally like got me sick one time. But anyway, they would turn off most of the lights and turn off the music. Okay. Then we would all huddle up, and it was a big closing crew, dude. There would be like 15, 20 of us there for closing. Okay, because the store is a fucking mess. I don't know if you ever remember being in a Forever 21, but holy shit, dude. A Goodwill looks better than a Forever 21 at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, they turn off everything, and then we'd all huddle up. The crazy fucking bitch, whoever was the manager on duty with the biggest fucking head, the biggest fucking ego, would gather everybody up, and they would say, U5 go to, there was 4 quadrants. U5 go to quadrant, 1, U5 quadrant 3, blah, blah, blah. And would send us to all these different quadrants. Okay. It's a fucking huge ass store. And we would just clean up that quadrant. And each quadrant had a different, this was the basics. This one is, the floral spring quadrant or whatever. His shit was always changing. But you would get sent to your quadrant with 5 other people, and you just clean up. You fold the clothes, you hang everything up on the racks, organize everything, untangle all the fucking necklaces and shit. You did not want to be in quadrant 3, bitch, because that was the fucking jewelry. Terrible place to be. You do not want to be in quadrant 3. But basically, you just go and you clean up. Okay? Simple as that. You cannot speak to anyone while you're working. They think it's going to slow you down. They think that you are going to take forever to clean up if you are socializing with your coworkers. Okay? Your coworkers are usually fucking bitches too, because you really don't. But there was always like a gay guy there that I always fucking vibed with and I always wanted to talk to. And we would literally be bonding, trauma bonding. Okay? Work friends, that's a trauma bond. I'm not saying it's not valid. I'm not saying it's not, it doesn't last. Like you can't be friends with those people forever. But it's a trauma bond. Frank, what are you doing? Up. Oh my God. But yeah, you were not allowed to speak. And if they heard you talking, mind you, it's quiet as fuck. They turn off all the fucking music overhead. And you have to clean your fucking quadrant in silence, dude. You could hear a fucking pin drop. You could hear these bitches in quadrant 3 fucking doing the necklaces and shit because you were not allowed to speak. And on top of that, no headphones. You're also not allowed to wear headphones. What a fuck, dude, they had this shit run like the military. Like, what in the fuck? Dude, shit pissed me off every fucking day. Every fucking day this shit pissed me off. And then when we were all done cleaning up, and I was obviously, I was yapping. I be yapping. I'm sorry, I'm not going to sit here with this fucking cool ass guy who is more fabulous than anybody I've ever met and not speak to him about all the fucking drama and all the tea about the customers who came in today and them making a fucking mess and the mall being trash or whatever. Like, we're just trying to fucking keep key, girl. So what the fuck? I will be yapping. And then some fucking bitch with a fucking jingly ass lanyard would come over and be like, I hear talking. Why are we talking? If we're talking, we're not cleaning, right? Yeah, so if we're talking, that means we're not doing what we're supposed to do. Is that right? Yeah, so maybe shut up, okay? Maybe keep it down. If you're not talking about cleaning, then you're not talking at all, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Super jingly, tons of jewelry, heinous outfit. I mean, it was 2009, but heinous outfit, girl. Oh my God. Okay, bitches, we was wearing those fucking pirate boots. Oh my God, girl. I mean, in 2009, if you had the pirate boots, you was fucking eating. You was eating. But looking back on it, girl, hindsight is 2020. And those pirate boots were not eating. They were not. No, girl. But that's what it was like, dude. It was like some fucking military type shit working there doing that closing shift. And then when we were all done, all the quadrants were checked, for quality assurance by this dumb fucking bitch with the lanyard. And if she was like, okay, this quadrant's fine, we would all leave at the same time. Freaky up. Up. My dog just sitting there crying. We would all leave at the same time. Also, mind you, we were not allowed to park toward the front of the store in the massive parking lot that is the mall's parking lot. We had to park all the way to the back, okay? We're off now. It's 11:45 when we're off, okay? We just spent an hour and a half cleaning all these fucking quadrants whilst not saying one fucking word or listening to one little fucking jingle in our fucking headphones either, okay? Having the worst time ever. And then when everyone was done, we'd all clock out. We'd all stand in line. We had to clock in and out with a fingerprint. That was actually pretty tech for 2009. Clocking in and out with your fingerprint, which is like, Forever 21 has my fingerprint. That's kind of scary to think about. But anyway, everyone would clock out. We would all walk to the front, and the stupid bitch with the fucking lanyard would unlock the door, and then on the way out, everyone had to be, their bags were checked, okay? Because this is retail. This is what they do in retail. They check your fucking bags, make sure you didn't steal anything, and then you can go. And then do they have any security or anything to escort you to your car in this dark parking lot nearly midnight all the way in the back? No, we all kind of had to have each other's backs, kind of looking out for each other. We're scattered all over this fucking parking lot, and we're as far away from the door as we could possibly get, and it's fucking midnight. Shit was bullshit, dude. It was bullshit. And when I worked the Hickory Farm Sausage Cheese, I also did closing shifts there, and they would make me take the drop at the end of the day, which would be like $600, like $1,000 in cash, right? You leave the petty cash in the drawer and you take the rest of it and you drop it. And I had to take the cash with me. Okay. Mind you, I'm 18 years old. Okay. I'm 18 years old. I had to take the leather bag with $1,000 cash and the drop slips and all the fucking information in there. Take it with me to the parking lot, in which I wasn't allowed to park in the front. I had to park in the back. Get in my car and drive to the other wing of the mall where the drop site was, which was in front of like a Bank of America or whatever. The Bank of America was part of the mall, but you couldn't walk there inside the mall because it's closing shift. Everyone's closed now. Even the bank is closed. So I had to go to the outside drop center. Okay. You fucking pull the thing out, you drop the bag in, you drop it in. And I had to drive that in my car at midnight, basically, all the way over and drop it every fucking night. Imagine some fucking weirdo knows that I am doing that. And they fucking robbed me in the middle of the fucking parking lot. And there ain't no security anywhere. And there probably wasn't even fucking any cameras either. They really be having some young ass people do some crazy ass shit back in the day. That is crazy. I was just thinking about that. That was crazy they had me doing that. But yeah, that Forever 21 job was so fucking tragic. And they had a small Forever 21 inside the mall, and then they were going to open a big 2-story one. And they had these huge fucking group interview, basically like a giant casting call or whatever. And me and Sarah went together, and we interviewed together as well. The interviews were so fucking weird. It was literally in the empty space that the old Forever 21 was in. It was just an empty fucking store in the middle of the mall. We went in there, and then they were like, put us in like groups of 10. And then like a manager would come over, and it would be a group interview. They'd be like, oh, like, what would you guys do if like a customer wanted a refund? They didn't have a receipt. And you would basically have to like act like you knew what to do, and it was like a fucking group interview. You had to like chime in. And I was always pretty good in group interviews because I'm funny and I like to make jokes and stuff. Employers, they don't like that. But I got some laughs, and that's kind of all I needed to get at the time. But I got the job, I got the call, they said I was hired, and then I started. And then they called Sarah and told her she had the job, and then they never actually hired her after that. And we thought we was going to be working at Forever 21 together. That would have been iconic. That would have been totally iconic. But no, they actually ended up ghosting her. And you know what? She locked out because that job fucking sucked, dude. There was this one girl who worked there. I can't remember her name, but she was so fucking bitchy, dude. She was such a fucking bitch. And she really thought that I was like her peasant. And she was like a queen. Like she was royalty. And I was just some fucking peasant because I was just like a cashier. That's like all I was a cashier. And when people weren't checking out at the counter, I needed to be in my quadrant cleaning shit up, folding clothes, making sure everything's like it looks nice or whatever. If there's no one at the fucking counter, and then there was little bells, people could ring a bell at the counter if they was ready to check out. And I would come over, I would check them out. So one day it was so dead, dude. It was so dead. It was like raining or something outside. It was so fucking dead. And my whole quadrant was fucking spick and span, and there was nobody fucking shopping in there. There was literally nobody shopping in there. So I'm not behind the counter. You were not allowed to stand behind the counter if there was no one in line. Like, oh hell no. You need to be fucking out on the floor like folding shit. So there was nobody in line. There was like 3 people in the entire store. This fucking thing is 2 stories. And there's like fucking a million employees, by the way. And I was over there in like quadrant 1, and quadrant 1 had like a public bathroom in the corner. A lot of people use that bathroom like in the mall or whatever, but there was like a bathroom in the corner. And that was my quadrant for that day. I was walking around. Everything looks fucking spick and span. I am type A as fuck. Do you really think that like I'm going to let my section look bad? No. My section looks good. Everything's folded. Everything's fucking T. So don't fucking piss me off. Okay, and there was nobody in line, and I'm and I'm like, oh, I have to pee, and the fucking bathroom's right here in my quadrant, so I'm gonna go. I go in there and I pee. That's literally all I fucking do. I'm not in there for a long ass time or whatever. So I come back out after I'm done peeing, maybe 2 or 3 minutes in the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like, I probably had some fucking fishnet stockings on too. Like, the outfit probably took me a while to get off to get up. I was in there for like 3 minutes, bitch. And as I'm coming out, I hear like ding, 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 on the little fucking ding thing. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, oh my God, it's like someone needs to check out or whatever. And I go up there and it's this fucking manager, this fucking bitch. The queen, the royalty. She's fucking there banging on this fucking bell. And I'm like, oh, is there someone like looking to check out? And she's like, where were you? I was like, oh, I went to the restroom. And she's like, how dare you? I'm like, what? She's like, you need to ask permission to use the restroom, first of all. And second of all, what if someone needed to check out? And I'm like, girl, I went to the restroom. You can check the fucking cameras. I was not in there lollygagging. I'm the only person working in this quadrant, by the way. So why the fuck would I think it would be okay to go in there and chill? Like, what the fuck? And there was cashiers at every single quadrant too. So heaven forbid if someone walked up and they rang the bell and nobody came, which didn't even fucking happen. And this bitch is making it up. She's making up scenarios that could have happened. They could have walked, 40 feet over to the next quadrant where there is another fucking cashier station. Like, girl, but she fucking reamed me about leaving my station and if there was a customer here, then this is not a good experience for the customer. Mind you, this girl is like 3 years older than me. And her claim to fame was that she was the fucking manager at Hot Topic for like 3 years before she started working here. Girl, don't fucking piss me off right now. And she looked like she looked like those girls like back in the day. Scene was like fizzling out, right? Like Scene was like really big in like 2004 and 2005, 2006. By 2007, it starts fizzling out, right? So sure, when she was a fucking manager at fucking Hot Topic, she was probably hot shit. Sure. Okay, I'll give it to her. She was probably hot shit at fucking Hot Topic, okay? But this is Forever 21, girly pop. And while everybody loved Forever 21 at the time, and that's where everyone fucking got their club clothes, and that's where everybody was fucking shopping. I mean, we know now it's fucking Shein. You know what I mean? It's like fucking AMI Club where it's fucking Fashion Nova type shit. But back in the day, Forever 21 is where you got everything. You could get basics. You could get, underwear, bras, like jewelry, clothes, club clothes, regular clothes, workout clothes. Like, you can get anything there. So I don't know why I fucking am defending Forever 21. But in the day, I'm just saying, she looked like one of those fucking bitches and she had a fucking piercing right here. And she really fucking thought that gave her claim to fucking fame was Hot Topic, bitch. And I didn't have a backbone at the time, okay? I started working when I was 15 at Disneyland, and that was some of the worst experiences that I've had too. And I just did not have a backbone. I didn't know how to advocate for myself in the workplace. Okay, I was like, I am a subordinate. I'm supposed to listen to everything that everybody ever tells me. And now I can't fucking imagine listening to a fucking manager tell me anything at all without being like, are you fucking stupid? I'm not doing that. First of all, I don't get paid to do that. Okay? You're not about to make me do a bunch of fucking tasks when that is not part of my fucking job description. And I've already asked for a fucking promotion here because I'm very responsible and I handle all my shit. And if you want me to do more, you need to promote me. Okay? That's how I be in the workplace now. If I'm in the workplace now and someone's like, you need to remove your nose ring. Oh my God. Can you fucking imagine? Can you imagine me taking some shit like that? Hell no. But in 2009, I was taking shit like that. I didn't have a backbone. I just did not know how to advocate for myself. So I really did let this fucking Hot Topic bitch tell me that I'm not allowed to use the bathroom as a full-blown adult, by the way. I was 19, but still. This is not fucking high school. I do not need to raise my hand and ask to go to the fucking bathroom. Okay? I'm like, you know what? I should have told somebody I was going to the bathroom. Sure. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll let you win this battle. I should have fucking told somebody I was going in there. To pee, by the way. To fucking pee. But shit, girl. Jobs are just not worth it, dude. They really are not. Like, you get into a job and then they fucking ring you for everything you have. For every little fucking, like, piece of work that they can get out of you. They really fucking do that to you in the workplace. And if you don't know how to say, I'm not fucking doing that, I don't get paid, that's not my job description, I'm not about to go above and beyond for you. For $8, girl? Oh my God, how embarrassing. How embarrassing that I fucking took that bullshit for $8 per hour. Oh my God. That's so crazy. And when I worked at Disneyland, I was making $6.25 an hour. I'm just going to double check real quick. I'm going to double check. Minimum wage, 2004, because that's when I worked at Disneyland. $6.75. $6.75 per hour. And you really fucking gonna tell me to go above and beyond, to give it my all, to give it 110% every day? You can literally suck my dick. I'll never do that again. This is a pro tip for all you guys. Don't work hard at your job. Don't do it. It's not worth it, dude. They are not going to repay you monetarily. Okay? The best you're going to get is a slice of pizza. And that slice of pizza, it was actually bigger. The slices were bigger. But HR took it to the fucking break room before they served it to you and cut all the slices in half. So instead of you getting a regular slice of pizza, you're getting a sliver of a pizza because they need more to go around. You're not even getting a full slice of pizza. I'm telling you guys, don't fucking work hard at your jobs, dude. Don't do it. You're not going to get no recognition. You're not going to get anything in return unless your job is really like, hey, you are fucking crushing it. We're going to give you a raise. That's never happened. But if your job wants to do that for you, then you should be working hard, and that's admirable of you. But I, for one, will not be bending over backwards for no minimum wage bullshit anymore. We have to do what we have to do. You know what I mean? It is, we are living in a, capitalistic hellscape. Okay. We do need to make money. There are certain things that we do need to tolerate. We kind of have to fucking, not look the other way, but we gotta bite our lips. We gotta bite our tongues. We have to I know that we need to make money. I'm not advocating for anyone to tell off their boss and get fired. Don't do that. Don't do that. But at the end of the day, if you have any positive stories to tell about your job, you should count yourself very lucky. You're lucky. So, shout out to you. But anyway, that's going to do it for me today, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to episode 36. I don't even know what we fucking talked about during this episode, and it is getting dark. And I have my salt lamp on over there, and it's fucking a pink Himalayan salt lamp, so that's why I'm looking pink right now. Yeah, dude, I'm manifesting a 2-bedroom apartment that is really affordable with a really cool landlord. So I can move in and I could have a whole room for the pod. Okay. So if you are, manifesting, if you want to put in any good vibes for me, that I could, upgrade to a cool 2-bedroom apartment one of these days, we can start having guests on the pod, which will be really cool. So yeah, throw a little manifestation my way if you could. That'd be really nice. But other than that, you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.